I do direct, darling. So
You're like, I know a little
I was
something.
like, wow.
Everyone,
Okay.
I'm so excited. Number one,
Hello,
welcome to
darling.
Power 97.5 LA, iHeartRadio.
Oh, listen to this
All of the
amazing
things.
voice you have.
Thank you.
What's your name, baby?
Jamir Smith.
Jamir.
How
Nice
are
to
you?
meet
It's a
you,
pleasure.
brother.
My hands are freezing.
Oh,
so
no,
sorry.
not really. Not
We're
really. You're good. You're
Okay,
good.
I love it. So we are celebrating a heartbeat that is in the culture of just African American.
Okay.
And you have been a blueprint for a lot of people. And I want to just
Oh,
start
wow.
with
Thank
just
you.
your legacy alone has been able just to create so many spaces for Black women, for people of culture, and just people that actually have the heartbeat like you. So I just want to say thank you just for your heart and your soul.
Thank you so much. You're
Absolutely.
touching my heart. Okay, way to show up in Inglewood.
All of the things,
Okay.
right? So, this movie celebrates the beauty and complexities of Black family traditions.
Yes.
How have those themes kind of evolved in your own life since filming this?
Gosh, I was so happy when we filmed Soul Food. First of all, we filmed it in Chicago. So I was really thrilled because I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, for us to bring Hollywood to the Midwest. I was so grateful to work with the most amazing cast: Vanessa Williams, Nia Long, Brandon Hammond, Mike Beach, Mekhi Phifer. I mean, the list goes on and on. It was executive produced by Tracy Edmonds and Babyface. So we had such a wonderful foundation. But what made me really happy was I could get me some White Castles.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could get you some good food.
I could get some White Castles. But the dynamic of family and what Soul Food, the movie, did was, it was the first time that you really saw an African-American family and their story.
Yeah. Brandon talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
Like, we're so used to like the Boys in the Hood movies and everything.
Gangster, violent, and this was basically a story about a mother and her daughters and the extended family and the trials and tribulations that we all go through as family. Like, let's say right now in my life, my mother's getting older. And so we have questions that as a family we have to answer, but and maybe learning it from Soul Food, because I mimicked my character after my big sister Shuggy. And my sister was the glue that held the family together, and she still is today. I just talked to Sugar Bear yesterday, and I'm looking forward to seeing her. Sugar Bear. I know her name's Shuggy, but I call her Sugar Bear because she's so sweet, and I love her so much. Okay, I'm getting all kind of love in the hood. Wow. How they, it's the spotlight. Okay. But anyway, Shuggy, so, family changes. And that is why Brandon and I have been working so hard to try to get the sequel to this movie done. Soul Food 2, Where Are They Now? To see us older. To see us going through the evolution.
We do.
Yeah.
Life
So
evolves.
it really does.
This was not a question that actually I had written down, but as you were talking, I wanted to ask you, how's your heart?
My heart's amazing right now. My heart's so full. My heart's at peace. I'm looking forward on Thursday to going home and eating my mama's and them food and
eat some good
some soul food, literally.
Right. And talking about soul food, though, soul food has kind of helped expand representation in Hollywood for Black families, kind of living full. Layered with lives, looking at the industry now, what progress makes you proud, and kind of like what are we still kind of rooting for?
Gosh, we're rooting for us to always be victorious. But I'm so proud of the young Black Hollywood now, because there was a time you never saw series with the entire Black cast. And more than anything else, I'm really proud of my women. Like Sandra Rhimes, she has a studio. She's doing amazing. I'm proud of Tyler Perry, that he's putting so many people to work. I'm so proud of seeing my sisters direct, produce, star. We deserve some more awards.
That's it.
They need to start giving us a little bit more recognition, because we work hard and we deserve. Well, but I laid the pathway to show other girls what to do. You know what I mean? Like, I set the bar. Hey, and I fought for our storylines. I really did. Like when I did Two Can Play That Game, I fought for the way we walked, the way we talked, the way we loved, the kind of car. I fought. Child, I gave them such a hard time. I did. I was like, nope, that ain't working. Y'all better stop stereotyping us. Let us evolve. And I'm grateful that sometimes, like, all you guys are giving me my flowers. And I sometimes forget how long I've been doing this, but I'm grateful that I'm still here.
Beautiful body of work.
Thank you so much that I've turned into a filmmaker that people respect. And next Saturday, okay, Lifetime, your girls got a new, it's time.
Listen, Vivica, I appreciate you so much always. Thank you for you, but thank you for your legacy and your heart.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And can I just say to everyone out there, hey, you guys, it's your girl Vivica A. Fox. Happy blessed holidays. Eat good food. Love on your family. And just keep living and shining together, because no, we're in dark times, but we will get through this together.
Thank you for you.
You're welcome, darling. You're welcome.
All right, y'all. So we have Brandon Hammond. He is in the building, and I'm so excited about this moment because, listen, you have been able to be a footprint in so many people's lives for such a long time. And before we even get started, I work with iHeart and Power 97.5 LA, and we love you because of just all the things that you've done. And I just want you to know that you have really set a milestone for so many people to follow. So thank you for you.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, no.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Like, someone told me the other day, they said, I'm all about giving flowers to people while they can still smell them.
You have to.
So thank you for that. I really appreciate that, man.
So Soul Food is a film that has lived in our hearts for nearly 3 decades. What do you think continues to make this story timeless and really culturally essential?
Wow. It's, 30 years. It's crazy.
Yeah, right.
It's so funny, man. A good friend of mine, Wendell Pierce, he said, the more specific you are, the more universal a story is, right? I think Soul Food came at a time when, like, think about it, it was in the 90s, right? 97. Before that, I feel like studios, Hollywood, they thought that the only time the films we wanted to see were like Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, another film that I was in, Fresh,
be clear.
Right. South Central, stuff like that. So Soul Food was just like refreshing, where you had Vivica's character, stay-at-home mom, Terry and Miles, 2 attorneys, right? One an aspiring musician. You had Bird, who was a hairstylist, and Lim, while he was an ex-con, he was trying to reacclimate himself into the workforce. So I just think these are all universal themes, even though you were telling it from the lens of this young kid, Ahmad, and this specific family. Everybody can relate.
To be clear, you were the glue of the family, by the way.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Thank you, man. And I tried, y'all. I tried to keep us together. You saw that. But yeah, man, I just think that you just had just this beautiful family that went through the ups and downs of life like everybody. Yeah, so it was very universal. And I think that's why 30 years later, as you said, it still resonates today with families. Yeah.
When you think of how does this feel to kind of reunite, tonight with Vivica Fox, and I know you guys have a beautiful relationship that we've kind of seen throughout the year, reunite and kind of just reflect on the film as it really just still brings families together.
So Vivica, man, like from the moment I met her. I did a TV show called Out All Night back in the day.
Out All Night with
Patty LaBelle. Come on, you know your stuff, bro. You know your stuff. But we didn't really get to work together that much, right? But then Soul Food come, and immediately she embraces me as her son, and that relationship has like stayed to this day. When my mother passed in 2011, Vivica was very like instrumental in like just allowing me and helping me to navigate that loss. And she's just amazing. She's a big reason even why I'm able to do the documentary. She was like the first to kind of put her money where her mouth and her support is. And that's Mom's, man. And we often talk about that time filming, like the scene where we're walking by the lake. And she's like, I carried you for 3 hours.
Exactly.
Bro, it was like 10 below in Chicago, and we were right by the lake, but we still made it do what it do, right? As she would say, right? And that relationship is just maintained. It's one of the greatest experiences of my life, personally and professionally. I'm still close to George Tillman, the writer-director. Nia hit me up like, Brandon, I got you on this documentary. Want to do this for you? Michael Beach, Jeffrey, everybody just like family, bro. And this is really like a reunion. Like if you were to do a reunion with your family, that's what this feels like. So
as we get ready to wrap, I always ask this question even on my show. And look, people, they partying in the background. We having a good time. They heard Brandon was in the building. That part. You've been through a lot in life, right?
Yes, a lot.
What do you want your legacy to be?
It's a great question, by the way. Thank you for. I love because you do these and like sometimes the questions you hear them all, but like this is amazing. I want my legacy to be somebody who was resilient. Somebody who I think about often, like, so we all have days where we're down and when life be kicking our butts. But my normal disposition is positivity and optimism, and that's who I am at heart. I love people. I love you personally.
You have a big heart.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. I think my love language is like words of affirmation. So I often tell people that I love them. I want them to know that. And I was somebody who always tried. Like, just know that I always tried. And hopefully you guys see that as well with this documentary, getting the family back together for the fans, because without them, this wouldn't be possible. So.
Listen, I want you to have a good holiday. I want you to continue to just blossom and continue just to be the blessing and the blueprint that we need. But I want you to just make sure you take care of your heart. That's the only thing that really matters, okay?
That's love, man.
I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And I like that jacket.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. How does it feel to see the impact of soul food still resonating with people almost 30 years later?
For myself, it's amazing. Soul food now is like attached to Thanksgiving, and it has literally become a classic hit. And then the memes is off the chain, ain't they? Okay.
They call his meme the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, everybody, I see all the crying faces and all the tags I get in that, but honestly, I'm always humbled by it, Randy. Like, we're talking 30 years.
Yeah.
30 years, and you would think this movie just came out, because it really resonates with the culture and just everybody. It's such a universal film, so I'm humbled by it.
For sure. And Morgan, I mean, you were so young when you did this film. So again, to now watch as an adult, how do you look at the film now compared to when you were on set doing the film?
Yeah, well, when I was on set, I remember coming up to you. I remember asking you guys if you had ever done jobs before. I was little, I didn't know. So yeah, it's just amazing to see how soul food is still just such a part of the culture, after all these years. And I'm just so honored that, I was able to be a part of this project.
And speaking of that, honestly, Brandon, you were kind of a vet on the set. Even though you were young, you already had done like Mike, Menace to Society, all of that. Yeah.
So it's funny, George Tillman Jr., the writer-director of the film, he said he was like a little intimidated almost. Like, he's like, Brandon had I had like 9 or 10 credits to my name before I did this. But it really, I think it was just kind of preparing me to be able to work with, Vivica, Nia, Vanessa, and funny, I already had worked with Michael Beach, who played my dad in Waiting to Excel.
Yeah.
So, and Jeffrey was also in Waiting to Excel, who was my dad in Soul Food.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a reunion of sorts with them. And Vivica, do you remember, we didn't work together, but one of the first shows I did was Out All Night.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
With Patti LaBelle. Yep. So I got a funny story to tell y'all about Brandon. So we come to the table read, right? And everyone's got their booklet, and it's the cast, and Brandon knew everybody's lines. I mean, I was like, oh Lord, I'm gonna have to really step up my game. He was so prepared, so professional. Yeah, well, but you can never be over-prepared. Because you know what? As an actor, when you showed up that prepared, that's why you gave the performance that he gave, okay? Because it was so in him that he could, when they yelled action, this child could cry. I was like, and he was matching it take after take after take. So no, you showed up so professional, so lovable, so likable. And that's why, this is what you love about soul food. When you do a good film, it lasts forever. Like, I can watch Soul Food every Thanksgiving and just remember us being in Chicago the table read, us bonding as a family, as sisters.
How cold it was.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Y'all, we filmed this in September, October to December. And the scene with us walking, by the lake was like, I carried you for 9 months. However, y'all probably remember all that.
Thing pee-peed in my face. So mama knows when you up to something.
And it had to be, I tell you, it had to be like 6 below. Because it was in Chicago, and the lake, we were like right by the lake, and they had this little heat packet that barely worked.
Nothing.
Right, they didn't really do nothing, but we made it do what it did.
They, like literally, we would do the scene because it was a oneer. So that means they had like a steady cam that was following on the side of us, and then they did another. So we had to do it incomplete.
Right.
Yeah, there was no, and we're gonna do this. No, he was like, we gotta do it in oneer. They would yell, cut, and we would run to the little van for them to warm us up with some hot chocolate and little heat pads.
That part.
Yeah.
But it was great experience.
That's a memorable scene. I always say I saw myself and my mom in those characters.
Wow.
So it's so full circle. And then funny enough, I went to middle school across the street from Big Mama's house. So from being from Chicago, that's a staple in our neighborhood. But you talked about your dad in the film. Malik Yoba was almost your dad in the film. I found out from you and Malik.
Was he really?
Was. So
I didn't know that.
You remember the cameo Malik did in this, I don't know if y'all saw him. He was the engineer that was like, come on, guys.
In the studio
with Michael Beach and Casey and JoJo.
He was filming New York Undercover and couldn't get enough days off apparently.
So he was supposed to originally play my father, and George filming as a way of just kind of, thanking him and getting him in the film. Getting him the little cameo joint.
So speaking of that, you had so many famous, talk about you had Angela Bassett, Pam Grier. Talk about the different people who have played your parents.
You didn't have some bad Mama Jammers.
How lucky am I, how blessed am I? Got Vivica A, Angela Bassett, who else you know? Candy Alexander is also one. Pam Grier, yes. Pam Grier was my mom in Mars Attacks. That's yes.
You have a
right, my dads were dope too. It's like the who's who, right? Especially of like our culture. And I'm able to look back now as a 40-year-old man. Yes, I look back on it fondly and with reverence, but also speaking just specifically about you, Viv, the relationships that I've been able to maintain. Like this woman here, y'all, and she know I'm not just saying this. I say this to her in text whenever I get the opportunity, how much I love her and appreciate you and thank you for, please, thank you. Viv, y'all, my mother, Alfreda, she passed away in 2011, and Vivica really helped me navigate that a lot. I got some other moms out there, Mama Sears and different people who helped me navigate that difficult time in my life. But you've been very important to me, and I appreciate you.
Yes.
The on-camera chemistry was so solid. You really felt like a mom to them. What did you all do off-set to make sure that when you got on set, it looked like that and it felt like that? It was very grounded. It was very heartfelt.
I met your dad because you got Vivica, y'all. Vivica Fox. So she got us courtside tickets to a Bulls game. Wow. So I got to see Michael Jordan play up close and personal.
That you already have been like Mike.
Yes, right. So being able to play him in the film, and I got to meet her father because Viv is from Indianapolis, which is right next to Chicago, and we drove to the game, and that was one of the highlights of my life. And we used to go to this place, I don't know if you remember, called Mrs. Park's Tavern, which was right across the street from our hotel. And used to spend time, I'm a kid, I'm the only kid with Morgan on the set, y'all. So it was up to adults to say, hey, we'll take the time out to go out with you and stuff. We literally went to see Set It Off together, because you had Set It Off come out. Yeah. I know.
But it was to watch my acting skills.
It was right. They were in a scene study.
Okay.
But just to speak to some of the things that why it felt close is because it was, and she made it, and they made it a point to really like spend time with me, and yeah. Her dad was amazing. Yeah.
Let's take a moment for that.
But it's a wonderful memory. Like,
Yeah.
I was so grateful that I could bring Hollywood to the Midwest. That my family could come drive over. My dad did. He came in his van and took me to White Castle. And wow, Brandon, that you just brought back a lot of wonderful memories. I think that's why we're so close, because his mom, rest in peace, my father, rest in peace. We were able to make them so proud for them to see their children, you know, do a film that then when it came out, it was so successful and people really loved it. And I was really close to Brandon's mom, so of course Brandon was tagging along. And gosh, brought back good memories. Yeah, it brought back good memories. So, you know, I miss my dad. Yeah.
Can we get a piece of tissue from the back, y'all, Trevor or Ty? We make sure we get something for you.
No, look, I'm gonna get my powder puff. I didn't spend time getting ready tonight to ruin his face. It's in my bag, baby. My powder thing. Oh, and the bag is in the back. Dang. Okay.
Let's see if we get some help.
That's all right. I'm just gonna cry pretty. Okay.
Morgan, I'm gonna toss it to you really quickly. Being so young on set, did you realize the magnitude of the star power around you, and what did you glean from that?
Such a cry. Yeah.
At first, no, I did not understand the magnitude of the star power. Like I said, I went up to Vivica and Nia and Vanessa asking them, like, oh, have you been on auditions? Have you done jobs before? You know, I didn't know. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it till much later. You know, and just, I mean, they're all like such great actors and actresses, you know, people that I look up to now, especially this one.
And you all got to work together again for her one of her projects. Vivica was just telling me later, right? Morgan.
Yes. Brandon and I have been developing a documentary. And it was the first time that I had seen you. Yeah, since you were a little girl. So, yeah. Brandon and I tirelessly have been trying, every interview I'm on, I'm like, don't y'all want to see Soul Food too? You know, where are they now? Yes. And every time it gets that reaction. Because even though they did the series, and the series was very successful, the OGs, you know, they need to see the OGs. Where are they now? Michael Beach, Mekhi Phifer, and we did the celebration on Good Morning America for the 25th anniversary of the show, and it was so well received. It's like, y'all should do a sequel. We were like, we know. Yeah, so we working on it.
Let me ask you that. You know, we did have the series that come after that. What was it like for you all to pass the torch, you know, to something that you all helped really originate? People fell in love with the characters, but also fell in love with you all. So what was it like for you all to pass that torch and see now the series come and introduce the cast in a whole different way?
Well, can I speak candidly?
Come on, keep it real, because I was.
So speaking candidly, y'all keep this between y'all, okay?
Lock the doors.
So I wasn't necessarily a fan of them doing a show, right? But they did it justice, let me say that. And I love like Vanessa, Melinda, and different folks that were involved with that. I don't know, I'm just big on like leaving stuff kind of where it's at. And I was actually asked to do the show.
Were you really?
Yeah.
But
Didn't, and we weren't going to do it, I don't think anyway, but then, you know, some challenges came up.
we're to share.
Yes, we will, for sure. But yes, I was asked to do the show. And I think, too, at the time, my mom just didn't want me to just be a mod. Because I'm already a mod still to this day. And so many people. And I'm so appreciative of it. But, but it was, something that we just kind of, declined at the time. But I think they did great. But I wasn't necessarily, thrilled with them doing a show. Yeah. Candidly.
Neither was I.
Okay, there we go.
I was like, wait a minute, ain't that? I mean, seriously?
Yeah.
So, but
Right.
I think all of us were either unavailable or doing stuff, or they wanted to take it to a new chapter.
Yeah.
And congratulations to the cast. They all did a wonderful job. And I think they were on for 5 or 6 seasons. So they did wonderful. I mean, but it took a minute, not to be a hater. I ain't gonna even lie. But we're happy for them. That's why I'm telling you, the OGs need to come back for really get that feeling. What we did.
And I actually have a question, for the audience, but you ready? So when we do, because we put it into existence, where are they now, right? If you watch the show, I don't know if you guys did, would y'all want them to pick up from the ending of the show or the ending of the film?
Film, agreed.
That's my question of what universe are we connecting the dots from?
Yeah.
Are we connecting the dots?
But I think it would be cool to maybe have them do cameos.
That would be dope.
That little surprise,
Yeah, that would be dope. Yeah.
For sure.
We need the OGs. Okay.
So let's talk about, you just said, I know after the film, you all swept the NAACP Image Awards, but then you had a life-altering situation that took place that just changed the trajectory of your career. So introduce us to that and how that led to the documentary you're working on.
I just whispered to Mom, I said, we talking about it, right? So, dang, I know I'm about to start crying. So, a lot of people don't know, a lot of people ask the question, what happened to the little boy from Soul? A lot of people ask that. And almost immediately after, we're basking in the glow of soul food, and we won like 4 or 5 NAACP Image Awards, 5 Best Film, and actor and young actor, and Irma supporting Best Soundtrack, and I almost lost my life. A few months later, I was diagnosed with a very rare autoimmune condition called Castleman's disease. It affects my lymph nodes and my throat, and where my airway is blocked. And one day I woke up and I couldn't breathe. And it's hard.
It's okay. It's been a journey, but you've been strong through it. It's okay.
Thank you. And I've been very quiet about it. Thanks for everything. Very quiet about it. I was told, and we talk about it in the doc, I was told that nobody wants to see a sick kid on TV.
His agent told him that. It was life-changing for me.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard. And you guys gotta remember, I'm in the formative years of my life. I'm 14 years old, and I internalized that so much. To go from where I got to a point where I wasn't even auditioning anymore, right? And people are, so I got both sides of the industry of how when you are valuable to them, right? Everybody's asking you to do it, and then you become, I guess, less valuable in that moment. But I'm 14 and I'm not understanding what's different. I'm still the same Brandon, the lovable person who's smiling all the time. And I really internalized that for 30 years, damn near. And then it took a few people, right? And then for one, my mother was my anchor, y'all. She was like the one constant that I could go to, and then she passed away. So I was like, this is really hard. It was really, really tough. And so I'm thankful that I have people like George Tillman, director, Vivica, other cast members. When I talked about wanting to do this documentary, and you remember the lunch that you had with me, where so it was like, originally I just wanted to get the cast back together, you know, just celebrate this iconic film. And then Vivica, she had texted me or called me, said, son, I want to have lunch with you, talk about this. She said, I love it, I want to do it. But she said, if you do this, are you going to be ready to talk about like why you stopped acting? Like really talk about it. And so it was like Vivica, and then also Genesis Scott, my partner who's out there, is another producer of the film. George, Bob Title. You guys were really the catalysts. Michael Beach, yes, people who have known. Even you, Randy, knew, or right, are you ready to really talk about it? So it became this thing of not just getting the cast back together, but also telling my story to go along with that. And it's been an amazing experience. It's been a bit of a struggle, you know. Ben was the first to support us financially to get us off the ground. Maia Coy, I don't know where she's at, but she's another producer that's out there that's helping us like get this told. And I know there's a trailer, right, that I will show you guys of kind of what we want to do, but I'm really excited to share this with them. I'm directing it. We've been looking at
And also, y'all, he went and got his education as well. Yes. And of course, he went and got his education to stay in the business that he does know, which is filmmaking. So, you know, God sometimes deals us cards that we didn't see coming. And how you deal with them makes you a stronger person. You have a wonderful support system to go into another chapter, but I said, you need to get this, let people know, so that that question is answered. So that then that there are others that if they're going through something like this, that they can see you're still here, you're still valuable, you're still strong. And there's another chapter for you. It may not be in front of the camera, it may be behind the camera, but at least you're free of it.
I want to wrap this up with a couple more questions really quickly. For you, Brandon, you got to bring some real life characters to life. You got to be, again, like Mike with Space Jam, and Michael Jordan actually, you know, wanted to make sure you could really play, and then you had to spend time with George to make sure you were bringing his story to life. How did you handle the pressure of doing justice to these roles, knowing that the people whose shoes you were walking in were still alive and breathing and able to see you ultimately walk in their shoes?
Great question. You know, it's really having respect for the subject. For one, I mean, we all probably grew up in the 90s, a fan of Michael Jordan. And then it's funny, before I even read a word from the script that George wrote, he came to my Pee Wee League football game. First director, y'all, that wanted to get to know me and my mother first. Before any reading, any talk about being in the film, he wanted to meet me and my mother and get to know us. And when George, like, we're really tight as well to this day, and just wanting to respectfully, with as much reverence and honor, tell his story. And when he tells me that he was a mob, that this is his story, that means something to you, you know? And you want to do it justice, you know what I mean? And yet, he kind of alluded to it, Michael Jordan, he didn't care about the acting as much as he cared about if I could play. That's what Michael Jordan cared about. And just so it's just these iconic roles and being able to just have the kind of respect that I have for them. And I take my job seriously, as Vivica alluded to. I am serious about the craft of acting.
Yes.
And, so yeah, just having that respect for it and wanting to do it justice.
And you, Vivica, you have done, if I'm not, I want to get the stats correctly. I want to say almost 50 Lifetime films and over like almost 200 projects with TV and film all together.
Mommy's been booked and busy, that's for sure. You know what? I am very grateful to Lifetime. Lifetime turned me into a filmmaker. And if there's something that I want to say to all aspiring actors, directors, producers, I'll never forget the naysayers, because you know, my first 5 films when I came out were Soul Food, Set It Off, Independence Day, Why the Fools Fall in Love.
Banger.
So, you know what I mean? All those heavy hitters. So then, when Lifetime come in my life, because life is all about chapters as far as I'm concerned, and I'm doing my best to go gracefully into each chapter, but to stay in the business that I love, which is filmmaking. But I'll never forget the naysayers that said, oh my gosh, now she's doing Lifetime films. I'm working.
Right.
They turned me into a filmmaker. Lifetime let me play roles and executive produce the films and cast myself in roles that Hollywood wouldn't give me. And now I got them all walking up to me. So, you know, V, if you want me to come over for one of them little Lifetime films, you know, I said, ain't that something? So never let anyone tell you where you're at or what you're doing that it's not valuable. Because Lifetime understands their audience. The audience, they're like, you fit our brand perfectly. Lifetime, the brand of Lifetime, guess what the main brand is African-American women that sit at home and will binge watch my films all day. They'd be like, that was the wrong one. Yeah, and then they'll watch the next one that comes on. So, you know, and then besides that, I've got 2 Christmas films that are about to drop. Yeah, me and Jack A Harry have become the queens of Lifetime. So next Saturday, if you get a chance, catch me and Jack A in the Christmas campaign. All right?
Check it out, y'all. Morgan, I'm gonna end this with you really quickly. You know, to see art imitate life, like y'all were a family on screen, but again, we just see from the reunion that took place here, this family bond still really exists, you know? Like, what do y'all attribute that to? How did y'all take that chemistry again that we saw on TV and now make sure that 30 years later, it still coexists? Y'all weren't just like, you know, co-workers, but y'all really have become a family.
Yes, we are a family indeed. So I think we just remember the times that we had together on set and off set. And we just have all of those memories.
And can I say the cast, none of us showed up with egos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We were just there to make a good film.
Yes.
I mean, Vanessa, she was doing like Christmas parades,
right,
all kind of shows on the weekend, this, that, and the third. So we didn't really get a chance to bond with her as much as we would have liked. But she never showed up like, you know, with an ego. No, egos were checked at the door. We were there to do the work. And our executive producers were Tracy Edmonds and Babyface.
Oh, yeah.
So,
you know. And even, Morgan, when I messaged you about this, what did I call you? I said, hey,
sis.
That's sis for life. Yeah. For life. That's my sister, so.
Last question.
Yes.
You've seen the memes and we've seen social media enter the chat. You know, back in the day, Terry was the villain. How do we feel about Terry now? You know, they saying Terry may not have been a villain. Terry may have been a victim. So, how do we feel about Terry now?
Oh, no, now I'm the villain. They're like, Vivica slept with her man. Right.
So look, I'll say this.
Maxine, you sure was something else, girl. How you end up with your sister's man?
And it's so, we in like our elevated space, y'all, right? So I have said this. Yes, it's nuance, Randy, right? Terry, may not have been the villain, but we can't shoot Terry all the bail, y'all, because she still had some things like lacking in her husband's support and involvement there. No excuse for sleeping with her cousin. I'm not saying that. But I just think that we're like life, right? Everybody had flaws. They were, shout out to George Tillman, they were three-dimensional characters. So they had flaws, they had good things about them, bad things about them. But it is interesting to see how Terry's, like when it first came out, definitely was the villain, and now we look at her a lot differently. So.
I love that. But thank y'all so much for taking the time to come out to the screen and sit with the audience and enjoy with us.
Thank
the
y'all.
fun